Okay, just get yourself ready for your morning practice. Sit yourself onto the lift. Come into good, even, cross-legged position. So even being the operative word there. So feel that your hips are level. So have a little wriggle about. Just make sure that you feel even and level, and then hold onto your knees. Lift up into the chest, elevate the heart area upwards and draw your shoulders down. So what we have been doing effectively this week is just working to draw the senses inwards, to draw the consciousness inwards, and to approach our practice in a almost meditative perspective, or from a meditative can't say it, it's a bit early in the morning, meditative perspective. Whew, it's hard to say. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevate the heart area upwards and draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Just lengthen your neck and look at something that doesn't move. Just keep your eyes still in the sockets, really consciously looking at something that is perfectly stationary. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste. Press the palms firmly together. Lengthen from your armpits into your elbows. Elbows into the heels of the hands into the fingertips. Fill the lungs from the bottom to the top, breathing in through the nose. Empty the lungs from the top to the bottom. And wherever your next exhalation comes, with the exhalation, allow your eyes to gently close. Keep your eyes still in the sockets, as though you're still looking at something that doesn't move. And draw your attention into the breath. Draw your attention into breath and the body. One of the really good things about yoga is that we aim to bring our attention inwards so that we focus just entirely on our practice while we practice, giving the brain a rest from the rest of the day, drawing our attention into the present moment. And sometimes it's those little moments when we're on our own where we notice time slows down. If we take in the larger picture, then perhaps we consider time to be just whizzing past. But occasionally, perhaps when you wake up in the middle of the night, or you wake up early, but that little bit of time suddenly feels long and a little eternal. And so might be frustrating because you awaken, but that time feels like it slows down a little, and we should savour that moment, just as when we're on the mat we savour every moment of extension, of breath, of focus. And sometimes it feels like a big effort to get onto the mat, but it never feels like something that we regret. We never regret doing yoga. Sometimes it can be a challenge to get there, but afterwards it always feels better, because we spend time with ourselves on the mat, just in observation. We don't have a list of things to do, a list of tasks to complete. We are just here on the mat with ourselves, just with the breath, communing with the universe. Just allowing time to become a little more eternal. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance, just dwelling on the things in life that are positive, make us feel like we are spending good time. And release the backs of your hands down toward your knees. Bring the backs of the hands onto your knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can bring into our practice. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Just spend a moment just keeping your eyes still in the sockets. Just be in the moment, not thinking about the pose that we're about to do. Just think about the pose that we are doing. Swastikasana. Feeling like you can elevate out of the floor. Feeling the body in 3 dimensions. Hold onto your knees. Elevate the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation. And then with an exhalation, turn to the right. Observe your body's response to the pose. Just feel how the body needs to adjust to keep even balance in the seat bones. Ensure that there is even balance in the seat bones. Dig the back hand into the cushion that you're sitting on or the floor if you can reach it, and stay on the front edge of your seat bone. Just Savor this moment of energy release, energy gathering. So we gather our energy from the universe, almost foraging for energy. Although I hate the word foraging, but foraging for energy. Use the out breath to turn. Come back to the center. Just observe how the body feels coming out of the pose. It's mainly the spine that we observe in parsva swastikasana, but what about the legs? What about the arms, the neck, the head? Turn to the left. Observe the body's response to the pose. Gather your energy through the inhalation. Draw in the energy of the universe into the lungs. And it is the energy of the universe, because the planet is here because of the universe. We are here because of the planet. The planet is perfectly hospitable to human and animal life and to plant life. Without every member of life on Earth, we probably wouldn't be here. So we're here because of the universe, and we inhale because the planet allows us to. So every inhalation is a moment of eternity that helps us to draw our attention into this precise moment now. Come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. Again, elevate in the heart area. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Take a deep inhalation. Raise with an out breath. Raise the chin to the ceiling. Just feeling the stretch of the front of the neck, or just adjust that if that lifting the chin makes you feel uncomfortable in the breath. With an out breath, draw the chin down to the chest. And with another out breath, come chin to the ceiling. Obviously there's inhalations in between. And then with an exhalation, bring your head back level. With an out breath, right shoulder, right ear over towards the right shoulder to stretch out the left side of the neck. With an out breath, come back to the center and over to the left. Just savor every moment of extension, of confirmation that we are here. With an out breath, come back to the center and over to the right again, keeping the neck long as you extend the neck across. And then with an out breath, come back to the center and over to the left. And then with an exhalation, come back to the center. Just come off your lift, come onto your knees and come down into Adho Mukha Virasana. Just sit down on the shins. Just again, drawing your attention into the sensations of the body. They are happening now. So we draw our attention into the present. Activate the legs into the mat. Keep the chest lifted and then come forwards, hinging at the hips. Breathe even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Observe where there is deep extension. Observe where there is lightness, as in little extension. So extend a little more deeply into the hands, into the seat bones. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Come up onto your knees, up into dog down. If you're not doing dog down, come into dandasana. Feet as wide apart as the mat, hands as wide apart as the mat. Just feel the pose, feel the body's response to the pose, confirmation that we are here, that we are working to engage the body to the mind. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, filling the lungs with the vital energy of the universe. Straighten the legs, press the kneecaps through to the backs of the knees, lift the fronts of the thighs, hit the fronts of the thighs through to the backs of the thighs. So in dandasana as well as dog down, the legs and the chest is the same. Feel where there is response, feel where there is dullness, and activate the body in areas of dullness. Observe where there are areas of intensity. Step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. Have your feet as wide apart as the mat. Feel that your feet are in line with the edges of the mat. So I say feel that they're in line with the edges of the mat. So like the way that you can put your hand in your pocket and you can differentiate between your keys and your phone and your wallet, that innate sense of seeing through touch. Feel and see through the way that the feet make contact with the mat. Have a quick look. Just make sure that the outside edge of the feet are indeed in line with the edge of the mat. It gives you space in the hips. If you've got a bad back, you can have some blocks, and then you come forwards, just bringing your hands onto the blocks like this, and then extending the chin and the chest forwards. Otherwise, we're going to come into full uttanasana. Raise your arms up. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're coming forwards all the way into full uttanasana, hook the thumbs into the crease of the elbows, wrap your fingers around your elbows. If you've got a bad back, bring your hands into your hips. Keep the head and the arms lifted as you come forwards, hinging at the hips, and then hang down. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Listen to the breath. Just feel how the body responds to the pose. Listen to the breath. These limbering poses we've done, we do them every day, don't we? So there's a familiarity about that. That is in one sense emotionally reassuring, but in another sense it could be problematic from just a mere repetition perspective. So do we just do it mechanically, or each time we come into the pose do we recognize that it's a new day, that there's a new sensation within the physical body? Are we addressing the moment, or are we addressing the memory? Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just allowing the spine to extend, but that only happens if the legs are extended. So keep the legs straight. Keep the legs straight and the thighs lifting, especially the fronts of the thighs up to the crease of the hips. So the more you activate the legs, the more you extend into the spine. Okay, release your hands down to the floor. If you're in full uttanasana, just come briefly into half uttanasana. If you can't reach the floor, then either put blocks under your hands or just reach onto your shins. And then bring the hands into the hips, bend the knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into a standing position. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Rotate the palms all the way out, just feel the body's response to the pose. Feel your breath's response to the pose. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards the chest, and then step or jump your feet apart. Turn your left toes in, the right leg and foot all the way out, and then come over into trikonasana. So I haven't given a lot of instruction there, but can you draw your learning of the past into the present moment? Feel where things feel heavy. Feel where things feel light. What is your emotional response to the pose? Sometimes if it's a pose that you don't like, then you just keep telling yourself how much you hate it and you don't observe. So draw your attention beyond that emotional response and be inside the pose, straightening the legs, activating the legs, lifting from the feet into the hips, into the spine, into the arms, into the head. Reach up, come back to the center, turn the feet around the other way around. So turn the right toes in, the left foot and leg all the way out. So this is a pose that we've done almost every day since we've been doing these online classes. It's a pose that we come to first often, come over to the side, because there's familiarity there, but it helps us to understand where we are today. So a pose that feels familiar draws us into the present moment because we know how it's felt in the past. We know how it feels now. So what can we do? What are those things that we learned in the past that kind of made the penny drop a little, that activated or relieved? Come back to the center, bring the feet parallel, and then step or jump your feet back together. Just come back into Tadasana and just spend a moment to observe how the body feels as a result of Trikonasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Get a couple of blocks for the right side of your mat. You can do parsvottanasana. Just come into Tadasana once the blocks are there. step the feet apart or jump the feet apart. Nice and wide. Turn the left toes in steeply and rotate on the heel of the other foot all the way. And then just bring your hands onto your hips and feel where your hips are. So are they slanted, or can you pick up the heel of that back foot, turn the whole of the leg, turn that heel out behind you. So it's literally like you're doing Tadasana again. So the hips are in line with each other at the front here. Keep that back leg straight, tighten the kneecap. Lift up into the chest, keeping the hips level, activating the kneecaps of both legs. And then come forwards, reach forwards, find the blocks, or go down to the floor. But don't go straight into your maximum. Just find yourself in the pose. If you go straight into your maximum, maybe the pose becomes like this, or even like this. So straighten the legs, be on fingertips and extend into the spine. Feel that those hips are level. Keep turning that back leg. Project the chin and the chest forwards. So you might want to stay here if you don't bring your head lower than your heart. Stay at this stage. Just work to really get those legs activated to extend into the spine. If you want to go further, then just walk the hands back towards that back leg. Keep the head lifted as you come down. Keep the hips level as you come down. Keep the legs straight as you come down. Bring the chest along the leg. Don't drop your head too quickly. We're not trying to get the head to the leg. We're trying to get the chest to the leg. And then at the last moment, just see if you can bring the head down, but only if the chest is in contact with the leg. Bring your hands forward. Just come back to the center. Just observe what's happened with the legs. Observe what's happened with the hips. Observe what's happened with the spine. And then bend that front leg. Step forward. Just come up back into Tadasana. And then come up into a standing position. And then put the blocks on the other side of the mat. And come back up into Tadasana. So parsvottanasana. Standing, forward extension. Forward bending poses are really good for the digestive system. Really good for the liver and the kidneys. They're quietening for the brain. When you were there, were you in the pose or was your attention elsewhere? Bring your attention back into the breath. Listening to the breath as you inhale and exhale. Bring your arms out nice and wide in towards your chest, and then step or jump nice and wide. Turn the right toes in steeply this time. I cheat a bit when I do that. I kind of lean this hip back so that I can turn a little more. Bring your hands onto your hips and then rotate on the other leg. At that stage, then see if you can bring those hips level by just turning this back leg from the little toe side to the big toe side. Just find your levelness. Activating both legs like you're doing Tadasana. Keeping the hips level. Coming forwards, keeping the head lifted like the head is magnetically attracted to the ceiling. And then reach down, find the blocks. Now maybe this side feels different. So just work through the pose, observing how it feels different. It will always feel different. because the moment is different. So if you're rounding your back like this, then either go back up a little higher or go back to the legs, go back to the hips, extend into the back heel. Project the chin and the chest forwards. And then if you can walk the arms back. But again, just observing how this side probably feels quite significantly different to the other. And that is just because it probably is different to the other. Because the moment is different. I can always feel more resistance on this side than on the other. So you just acknowledge that. Don't try and push too hard through that resistance. Listen to the resistance, listen and respect it. Just come down progressively, keeping the chin driving towards the big toe. Bring the head down if you can, but not before you have got the chest down to the floor. Okay, bring the hands forwards, either side of the foot. Bend that front leg, step in with the back leg. Just come into Tadasana with the feet. And then come back up into Tadasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Listening to the breath. Bring in your focus into the present moment. And then just come down onto your knees. So we're going to go up into a headstand. If you're not doing a headstand, then you can do dog down, or if you're not doing dog down, then you can do supta, baddha konasana. Lay down on your back with the feet together, the knees apart. So that's always a good alternative to dog down. So if you're going to do a headstand, then choose, if you know that if you can kick up, then choose an area by the wall. If you know that you can't kick up, or you don't normally kick up, then we can just do the kind of preparation stage in the middle of the route. But you're not going to kick up because you've got nothing behind you. So just come down onto your elbows, stay on your knees, down onto your elbows. Have your elbows as shoulder width apart. Shoulder width apart, and then interlock the fingers. So Andrew, this will bring the heart considerably above the head for this. So it might not be perfect for you. You can give it a little go if you want, but either do Dandasana or Adho Mukha Virasana or Setu Bandha instead, I would suggest. But if you feel like you'll be all right, then you can kind of just do it briefly. So have the elbows together, lengthen into the little fingers, and then bring the thumbs towards the knuckles. Keep the cup of the hands open. Keep the fingers lengthening towards the wrists of the opposite arm. Bring the chin into the chest, and then bring the top of the head down onto the floor. Lengthen the shoulders away from the ears, push the head into the hands, and then turn the toes under, and then just come up and just start to walk your toes in. There should be very little weight on your head. If it feels heavy on your head, then there's a couple of reasons for that. Perhaps your elbows are too wide apart, or perhaps you're not activating your legs. So just come in and out of that first stage. Sometimes it's useful to come into it with your head away from the floor. So push your elbows into the floor, have your head free of the floor, and then just feel how you have to work your arms. Push the elbows really consciously into the floor. Push the hands into the floor. Push the outside of the arms into the floor. And then come down. So you've got to work your arms in that way when your head is on the floor. So if you're doing, then just try again. This time really activate those arms, make the head feel light. If you're going up into the pose, then straight legs is always better than bent knees, because bent knees you'll kind of hurl yourself up without really paying proper attention. So just come up if you can, or just stay working in that preparation stage. Just listen to the breath. Just be in the moment. Whichever pose you are doing, just observe the moment. Be with the breath. Okay, if you're still up, then just gently bring yourself down. Before you sit up, just rest your head on your two fists. Just resting your head down on the floor. Don't come up too quickly, it can make you feel dizzy. And then come up, sit yourself up. If you're in Setu Bandha, then stay there. Everyone else come into Setu Bandha. So laying down on the mat, have the feet together, the knees apart, and then just rest yourself down into the floor. Just feel how the floor supports your physical body. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just resting into the ground, feeling the gravity opening up the hips. You can put blocks on the outsides of your thighs if you need to. draw your knees together. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then rock yourself up into a seated position. Just hold onto your knees. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. And then raise your chin to the ceiling. Bring the chin down to meet the chest. And then just bring the head back level. Bring the left ear, with the right ear over towards the left shoulder. And back. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. And back. And then the right ear to the right shoulder. Just observing the physical sensations, how perhaps they feel different to how they felt at the beginning of the session. And then left ear over to left shoulder. And then come back to the centre. So sit directly on the floor and then have your legs, bring your legs wide apart. Upavistha konasana. Now, if at this stage it feels, it doesn't feel comfortable or you kind of sink in the spine, then sit on a lift, sit on a folded blanket. So sit on a folded blanket. It's only a little lift, but it's a significant one. It's one that will really help. So actually, let's all just sit on a blanket, just on the very edge of the blanket. So the tailbone is turned out and we are kind of really activating the legs. Bring the legs wide. Have a belt where you can reach it. Have a couple of blocks where you can reach them. Have your hands either sides of the hips. So if it feels a bit weird sitting right on the edge of the mat, then just sit the seat bones off the edge of the mat, but have the blanket behind you. Just kind of keep propping the tailbone up. Lift up into the spine. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, extending into the legs. Push into the legs. And then lift the heart area. Stay here if you've got a problem with your back. Otherwise, come forwards, lengthening the chin and the chest forwards. Reach forwards with your hands and use the blocks underneath your hands. Be on fingertips, so we're kind of keeping lifting the floor up a little. Keeping the legs straight. Coming forwards just a little bit at a time, keeping the head lifted, like the head is magnetically attracted to the ceiling. Just observing the action of the legs, really pressing the legs into the floor. Coming forwards. If you can, you bring your head down, but keep the arms really activated. Keep the fingertips pressing into the floor. And then gently come back to the center and then bring the feet in and come into baddha konasana. So again, you can either sit directly on the floor, or for baddha konasana sometimes it feels good just to sit on just a gentle lift. Hold on to the big toes or the shins and elevate the heart area upwards. I often like to, if I'm sitting on something especially, use the belt underneath the feet. So that otherwise it feels often like I'm kind of constricting my chest. So breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. drawing your attention to the present moment. The breath is our conduit to the present moment, because the breath is happening now. It always happens now. So just observe the breath, listen to it, enjoy it. Every breath is the perpetuation of our life. So it is a gift. Every breath is a gift of existence. And then just bring the legs into swastikasana, just into cross legs. Stay on the lift. Hold onto the knees. Just observe if the breath is different, in a different position. And then turn to the right side. Drawing your abdomen across, feeling that the seat bones maintain their balance. And then come back to the centre. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, drawing the shoulders away. And then turn to the left. And then come back to the centre. So we're going to finish off in a restorative surfboard pose. So this feels really quietening, and it feels really good for the shoulders and for the neck. And after the work we have done, it will feel really restorative, which is why it's a restorative pose. So have a bolster, or if you haven't got a bolster, you can just use lots of cushions. And if you've got something, a little mini bolster like this is just a towel wrapped up in a pillowcase. Just have that for underneath your shins. So you come forwards. Your head needs to be free of the end of the bolster. Have the block just to rest your head, and then rest your arms into the floor. So bring yourself into your restorative surfboard pose. Just observe your breath. And try and inhale into three areas of the back. The first one is the area between the shoulder blades and out into the armpits. So breathe into that area and then release with a normal exhalation. The second breath is into the middle of the back and out to the side ribs. And then a normal exhalation. And the third is down to the bottom of the spine and out to the hips. And then a normal exhalation. So circulate around those three back breathing areas. The top of the back, the middle back, and then the lower back. And then just continue to cycle around that. And then bring your breath back to a normal rhythm. Just normal inhalations, normal exhalations. Maybe acknowledge how our time on the mat has gone. Has it gone quickly? Has it gone slowly? How have you observed the passing of time? Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into a seated position. Just sit back on your heels. Sit back on your heels and lift up into the chest. And then come into cross legs. Just sit directly on the bolster. Just come into a good level cross leg position. Have the hands in Namaste. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you released through your practice. This morning, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees. Palms facing upwards. Just bring the tip of the index finger in contact with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence, and of peacefulness that we can carry into our day as an intention. And then allow your eyes to gently open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy, giving yourself some good, positive energy and some real focus.